What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So this is a voiceover. I'm gonna do my best to be comparing price wise my EG build versus my Integra budget build. Let's go. Alright, so I'm gonna freeze it here. So let's start from the front forward. A lot of the prices for the EG build I can't really recall. It's been about 7 to 8 years that I built this car, so a lot of the prices are not current and a little bit more expensive, or they probably went down. But let's start out with the CSFM radiator. Sorry about that. It's about $400 when I got it. Full size K swap radiator. We got the hybrid racing upper and lower radiator hoses. That was about 80 bucks or so when I got them. I did have to trim the bottom one because it's connected to a swivel K-tune, kind of K-tune V1 style. That was about 90 bucks when I got it. With a different thermostat, is a stand thermostat that opens up earlier, which I did that. Check out on my other videos if you guys are interested in that. I have a eBay Shroud, which is about $100. And then also I got a Spall 12-inch fan that blows about 1,200 to 1,300 CSFM. You want to make sure you get something that blows decently to cool down K-Swap. Plus the full size complements it really well. All right, so RBC got a brand new. It's about 250. I got the K20 70mm throttle body. 170 when I got it. We got an adapter plate that was about, I want to say, give or take 50 to 60 bucks or so, 70 bucks or so. K-tune as well. Got the map plug delete for the RBC or the throttle body, which is also K-tune. I think that was between 12 to 20 bucks or so back then. Let me see, map is a stock map. I am running a TPS Blocks Racing one. Have never had any issues with them. It was about 50 to 60 bucks. Engine harness, it's a 03 Type S engine harness stock. And then a sub harness is also stock from that same vehicle. I did make my charge, and that way that was about 360. And then I made my own charge harness. Let me see what else. Ground kits I made them myself. Fuel rail is going to be a K-tune 4 Bangers edition, $180. And then for the RDX injectors, I forgot how much I paid for them. I want to say between $180 and $300. Got plug jumper pigtails. I got those for about, I want to say, 100 or 60 bucks or so for them. About 50 bucks, I want to say. Fuel lines made it myself. That was about 80 bucks. Fuel pressure regulator K-tune about 160. Side K-tune water neck is a slim one, about 160, 170. K-tune valve cover breather. That was about, I want to say, about $20 to $40. And then I got the EP3 outer pulley, which is also K-tune. That was about, I want to say, $60 to $140 or so, give or take. Sorry, I'm just trying to recall all this off the top of my head. The engine is a JDM 06 K24 RBV3 full with the Type S oil pump. Type S oil pump kit was about 350, 3 something, and it came already pre-cut. Everything stock in the head. You got EGK2 Hasport 72 billet, the little bushings. That was about 460 or so. The mounts. Then we got intermediate shaft is going to be a Type S as well for an RSX. Insane shaft, 32 millimeter, 500 horsepower rated axle. That was about I want to say I was like $300 to $400 back then. The intermediate shaft was about, I want to say, about $100. Have a combination on both sides of the heater hoses. I used some of the stock ones and a universal kit from K-tune. That was about 60 bucks right there. Not sure what else. 1320 performance headers. It's going to be 2.5. About 250 or so. I know they went up in price now. Let me see what else can I recall from here. Oh yeah, so the transmission is going to be the DC5 JDM Type R transmission, 6-speed. Then I have a competition stage 3 clutch, whole kit, flywheel, everything for about 540. Now they're going about 700 or something. Stage 3. I know it's hard to see on the picture, but I do have a budget traction bar. It was about 70 bucks. Exhaust, all system is a Yananka I just modified it to fit the K-swap, and now it's meant for an EG chassis, and that is 2.5 as well, and it's quiet with a quiet resonator, quiet muffler. That was about, give or take, $300 to $400, and that's pretty much what I can remember about the EG for you guys. Alright, moving to the interior, nothing fancy. You got a stock RSX shifter box, a plastic one with the cable, about 120 to 160 when I got them. You got the RSX adapter plate, shifter plate bracket. That was about, I want to say about 60 to 90 bucks when I got it. It does say K-tune on it, but I know it's not K-tune. We got a V4 PRB Type S from an 03 ECU with Honda. The whole gig was about $1,000. I have a Sparks Racing conversion harness. That was about $180. Perfect conversion harness. Never had any issue. And that's pretty much when it comes to the shifter and the whole front inside the interior. We're gonna pan out pretty soon, and I'm gonna show you guys the back. Apologize for the storage clips because I have a whole bunch of crap in the back, but fuel pump, it's going to be a AEM 340, perfect, and about $100 or so. And that's pretty much going to conclude what I can recall from the top of my head for the EG built in and outside. Alright, so now we are in the Integra. I went ahead and freezed it for here. And as you guys can see, it's hard to tell, but I do have a cut shifter. So I have a RSX like relocating cut shifter plate, which is a budget one. It was about $90, 80 something to $90. I am running the stock shifter box from an RSX, which I pulled from the junkyard. Price, I'll say it was part of a whole kit that I got, a spare transmission. The spare transmission was about $855, and that was part of the whole kit. I got that, so I'm not sure top of my head what price it was, but if I had to say, give or take, it was about maybe like 25, 50 bucks or so for the whole thing with cables. So I got that off the junkyard. And then I am running a PND, or the automatic ECU from an RSX. You could use that for K-swap as well. So that was about, I want to say the ECU was about 160 or so, and then the whole K-Pro situation, I want to say give or take it's about 1,300 or so in today's market that I got it. It's a V4, and then the conversion harness, it's an old one that I had. And by the way, I already said the price. So the conversion harness, by the way, it is a Wireworks old one that I have with a lot of kinks, which I am working out, and it's pretty much almost done. So that's conversion harness right there, which is free because I bought it a long time ago, so it's part of the build. But you could buy source out a cheap one out there. I did buy an eBay one for about 30 bucks, and it ended up not working at all. Found a lot of mistakes with it. Just don't want to spend the time or the effort working on it. And then for the fuel pump, I have a Chemzo. It's about 30 to 40 bucks. It's a 340, and it's working pretty well. So that's pretty much for the interior. Not so much. I do have a lot of the interior opposed to the EG inside. I did switch it from tan to black, but that's not part of the budget. That's just a different budget. But yeah, that's pretty much what I can recall from the inside. Engine, like the conversion harness, ECU, and the fuel pump. But that's pretty much it that I can remember from the inside that, if you guys are looking, and it's up to you. You could put the one that's on the top. I just wanted to have it to look stock and to have my cup holders and stuff like that. Alright, so we're with the Integra, and we're in the engine bay. So I got an eBay radiator. This was $100 with a $100 shroud as well. That shroud did bring a 11 or 12 inch fan, which I'm running as my condenser. Remember, AC and power steering I will not be talking about because that's optional, so I'm not even going to include it. And then for the upper and lower radiator, I do have a budget eBay ones, and then the bottom ones is just a stock for an RSX because that is an RSX radiator. The hose, top one was about 23 bucks, bottom was $11. Then there is a K20 Z3, which I got from JD in Orlando, about $1,000. Transmission I got from a local parts store, or you can say speed shop. It's a 5-speed with LSD. All right, intermediate shaft, it is from a Z3 as well, K20 Z3. And then for the clutch kit, it is a Clutch Max, which I got off of eBay. By the way, the engine was 1,000. If I don't recall, the transmission was 1,500, and then the clutch kit was about 130 or 160 or so. It came with the flywheel. Everything is a stage 1, but the flywheel is pretty heavy, so it's about stockish or so. So yeah, I got that off of eBay as well. All right, moving to the cold air intake. That's an eBay one right there. That was about 50 or 60 bucks. The coupling for it already owned, so I'm not including that. The throttle body I got from Pool Boost, about $74 or so, but I actually got a sponsorship with that, so it was free. Also, the adapter plate I already owned, so not counting that. The adapter delete plate for the map on the RBC, I got that from Pool Boost. I actually did pay about 10 bucks or so. The TPS is a Blocks Racing TPX, which I paid about 60 bucks or so, leaving off. But yeah, everything else, the EGR port and all of that, is all stock, which I am running. That's also optional because you do not have to run it. Also with the IAC, also optional because you don't have to run it as well. It's just stuff that is optional for you guys if you guys are planning on running it. So I'm not even including it. And then the fuel pressure regulator, about 40 bucks or so. All right, moving to the fuel system. Thank God for the fuel system, which I got the lines my own. I already pre-owned them and own them. The banjo fitting as a K-tune one. It cost me about, I want to say, 18 bucks or about 18 bucks or so. I want to say fuel rail was about 60 bucks. It was Yak Spaniel RDX aftermarket injectors. They were about $100. And then engine harness. It's an RSX base. I want to say about $50. Got it off the junkyard. And then sub harness I made myself because it wasn't included in there. Charge harness I made myself. The fuel pressure regulator, if I didn't cover it, was about 40 bucks. It came with a lot of the AM fittings to help me piece together my fuel system. I am running the stock fuel filter, so it's nice in that location to save some budget. And then I'm not sure what else to cover on this section here that I can remember. That I am running a K20 budget headers. Those were about, I want to say about 260 bucks, 200 and something, 270 or so, and they're all plug and play. I am running a Gosno 3-inch exhaust, which was plug and play, which I got off of eBay as well, and that was $160 right there. The engine mounts were from eBay as well. They were $127 shipped out the door from eBay. They're Oasis brand, but it's all the same one. I got the anodized black one to make it look a little bit more discreet. They're 62 bushings used to soften things up because it's going to be more of a daily vehicle. I am running an insane shaft passenger side, which I kept extra one. Driver side is going to be a base RSX as well. You could get both of them, just swap the inners and swap them over and you're all set. But since I already own that, just decided to go with that, and I believe it's a perfect length. Keep in touch, keep watching videos to see how everything pans out and works. Thermostat, I'm running the same style, B1 style from K20, but it's the budget one on that. That was about, I want to say, 60 bucks or so. I'm not sure if I covered it, but the ground cables I did it myself, and I reused a lot of the B series ones that I had in there. I'm not sure if I'm forgetting anything, but that's going to conclude pretty much the whole Integra build that I have. I know I'm not 100% done, but we're pretty much done at this point. So yeah, that's pretty much the Integra build. So I'm not too sure if I gave out the price, but for the driver axle is going to be an O'Reilly. That was about $84, and then the insane shaft that I have, I just own that one, so I just threw it in there. Alright, so this is comparing the EG and the Integra. This is how much the EG was, my whole build. And then this is how my Integra build was, how much it was. Alright, so also quick comparing price-wise, the EG and the Integra, as you guys saw, is a $3,000 difference. But as you guys can see, budget-wise, it could be done. It's way cheaper. And I mean, I still haven't tested out, but it looks pretty promising. As you guys will see, I'm not the only one who's done it as well. But yeah, as you guys saw, $3,000 difference. You want to go the $10,000 plus or the $7,000, which I just gave it 7,000, but I'm not even near it. It's more like specifically like 6,000 something, but just to round it off, I put 7. But yeah, guys, that's going to conclude the video. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.